Every profound journey in existence requires a deliberate starting point, a conscious step out of the ordinary and into the sacred space of reflection. When we open the Book of Allah, the very first words we encounter are not a historical narrative, a complex legal rule, or a stern warning, but a gentle invitation to connect. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. This opening statement serves as the foundational key that unlocks the door to all divine wisdom, setting the spiritual frequency for everything that follows. By beginning with these exact words, the Quran immediately shifts our perspective away from our limited human ego and grounds our consciousness firmly in the presence of the divine. To say "in the name of Allah" is to make a profound declaration that we are willingly stepping aside, recognizing that our own strength, knowledge, and existence are entirely dependent on Him. In the realm of spiritual awakening, this first phrase acts as a shield against the illusions of self-sufficiency, reminding the restless human soul that it does not walk this worldly path alone. The name Allah is the ultimate, comprehensive name of the Creator, encompassing every single one of His beautiful attributes, perfection, and majesty. When our tongues utter this supreme name with presence of mind, we are pulling our hearts away from the temporary distractions of the material world and tethering them to the only eternal reality. The scriptural placement of this verse teaches us that no action, no thought, and no spiritual endeavor can truly bear blessed fruit unless it is consciously initiated through this divine connection. Following the grand name of Allah, the verse immediately introduces two of His most comforting, expansive attributes, Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim. These two attributes are deeply rooted in the Arabic concept of rahmah, a term that signifies an intense, encompassing mercy, warmth, and protective care, much like a mother's womb protects an unborn child. By presenting mercy as His primary calling card to humanity, Allah reassures the seeking soul that the foundational fabric of creation is built upon love, kindness, and unyielding compassion. Ar-Rahman represents the grand cosmic mercy of Allah that rains down upon all of creation without exception, sustaining the believer and the denier, the saint and the sinner alike. This universal compassion ensures that every beating heart receives breath, every living creature finds nourishment, and the entire universe functions in perfect, delicate balance. On the other hand, Ar-Rahim refers to a specific, deeply personal, and continuous mercy that wraps itself closely around those who actively seek their Creator's love and forgiveness. It is the gentle hand of divine grace that guides a struggling person out of darkness, comforts the broken heart during trials, and rewards the smallest sincere effort towards spiritual growth. When we combine these twin oceans of mercy, we begin to realize that our past mistakes and spiritual shortcomings are instantly swallowed up by the infinite vastness of His grace. This realization is the true catalyst for tazkiyah, the purification of the heart, because a soul cannot heal until it fully trusts the absolute goodness and mercy of its caretaker. True spiritual awakening begins the moment we stop viewing religion merely as a set of rigid physical rituals and start experiencing it as a living, breathing connection with the All-Merciful. Every single time you recite this verse, you are actively performing an act of spiritual alignment, consciously placing your weak human nature into the safe custody of divine compassion. It serves as a daily, practical medication for the anxiety, fear, and loneliness that so often plague the modern human mind in a chaotic world. By establishing this verse at the absolute forefront of the text, the Quran sets a beautiful standard for how we must approach our own daily lives, projects, and relationships. It asks us a silent, profound question. How many of our daily actions are truly started in the name of Allah, and how many are driven blindly by our own pride, greed, or desire for recognition? To live the spirit of this verse means to inject compassion into our speech, mercy into our judgments, and absolute humility into our interactions with all of God's creation. As servants of the Omniscient, our ultimate goal is to allow these divine attributes to mirror through our own characters, transforming us into sources of peace and comfort for the people around us. Let this first verse be the foundation upon which you rebuild your inner world, stripping away the heavy layers of worldly worry to reveal the pure, radiant spirit underneath. When the heart truly grasps the staggering depth of beginning in the name of the most compassionate and most merciful, the journey toward the divine ceases to be a distant struggle and becomes an intimate reality. May Allah grant us the ultimate sincerity to live, breathe, and act purely in His blessed name, allowing His infinite mercy to wash over our hearts and guide our footsteps toward ultimate peace.